What is up, everybody? Welcome to this edition of the GoolieZone, the world around you. As always, I am your host, Malcgoolie, and as you all know how this works, I take a look back at everything that's happened over this past week and bring them up here to this week, so that way you can get caught up on everything that you've missed. We got a lot to talk about. Majority all wrestling here. Let's talk about Chad Gaspar. As we all know, last week they found him. He was murdered, passed away. Rest in peace, Chad Gaspar. The whole entire wrestling community, starting GoFundMe's and everything else for him and his family. And my prayers and thoughts go out to him and his family for their loss. So rest in peace, Chad. And I'm so happy and grateful for the wrestling community, like Candice Michelle, the wrestlers from the past, Candice Michelle, JTG, John Cena apparently, and so many others that have donated to Chad Gaspar's family. So there's that. Also, Owen Hart news. Owen Hart news. Owen Hart's family have come out and they've said that Owen Hart, they don't want WWE putting Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame. I think Owen's wife said that Owen will never be in the Hall of Fame. If you guys want to look on that up, look it up there on Google. It is a interesting story, but the reason why I'm not exploring it here as much because personally, in my opinion, as much as I would love Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame, I don't blame his wife at all for not putting Owen in the Hall of Fame. I don't blame her at all. So if you want to know for yourself, look it up on Google, you look up on YouTube. It is very interesting. Now we're going to talk about another YouTuber that's gotten a little bit of controversy this week. And that YouTuber name is JD from NYC206. I believe that's the channel. I could be wrong. WWE superstars are after this guy. And here's the thing. It was a troll account on Twitter called GayD that basically did all this. And it's so funny. This is what happens when you have trolls, guys. The trolls never die. But apparently JD said something really something out of left field, and it triggered about Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss tweeted about it, and of course she was pissed about it. And then Sonya DeVille, you have Braun Strowman, and a few other WWE superstars are coming after JD from NYC. This is my thoughts on JD as a whole. I'm not subscribed to his channel. I mean, I've watched some of his videos, and to be honest with you, that his kind of content doesn't really cater to me. Because personally, he complains a lot, way too much on WWE, on the product and everything else like that. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of his. I've seen so many YouTubers that literally went after him. I know number one being Wrestling Otaku, who has been on my channel before. But yeah, personally, I disagree with everything he said about Alexa Bliss, because I believe Alexa Bliss is highly underrated. She can cut a good promo. She can wrestle. I mean, I don't think fans, and I don't really think, just fans don't even give Alexa Bliss a fair shake. Braun Strowman tweeted out about him, and and it was kind of funny how Braun said it. Sonya DeVille, it was hilarious how they just came after it. And here's the thing, like I said, it was a troll Twitter account that basically tagged Alexa Bliss in it, and it's just so funny to me. And it's just, well, it's not funny because, what JD said, but it's just, the situation. But personally, JD, I think it was Darion from Raider Talk that got me into JD, but I'm sorry. And Darion, if you're watching this, man, I'm not a big fan of JD from NYC. I'm not a big fan. I don't really. I'm not a big fan of. Not a big fan. I'm just not a big fan of him in general. But there are probably some people on my subscriber count that actually are fans of him. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I don't like that type of cater to wrestling like that. I mean, my whole thing is this, and I've said this so many times in the past. If you hate what the product is doing, and here's the thing, and this is what was wrong with some marks and smarks today. If you're complaining about all this, who's not getting pushed, all this, none of this, here's the word, y'all: entertainment. The goal is for you to be entertained. And I said this on Marked Out Wrestling podcast on their YouTube channel. Shout outs to them. Saying if you're not entertained, then why the hell are you watching? That's how I feel. If you're gonna complain, bitch, and moan, then why the hell are you watching? That's how I feel when it comes to wrestling. Yes, I know I'm no different. I've complained sometimes too. Why a person has won. I complained about Charlotte. I complained about so many things, but that's just opinions and opinion. We're all human, and we all have our different opinions on some other things. Even though sometimes our opinions can be very, very wrong and very ash-hole-ish, but that's just me. Not a fan of JD, what he said about Alexa Bliss, and that's just how I feel about that. So, next, then this is the one that you all have been waiting for, folks. Alberto Del Rio, congratulations. You're not a part of, you're still in my favorite, the dumpster hellfire, but you got some company in the dumpster hellfire, and that is for one, Tammy Lynn SytchI've. If you don't know, Sonny. Okay. Let me get through this. I am not the biggest fan of Sonny. If you guys don't know who Sonny is, Sonny, back in the 90s, was the original diva. She was the original WWF diva. A lot of people say the girl next door. I'm sorry for the long silence. I just get a little peeved when I have to talk about Sonny. And here's the reason why Sonny is a part of that dumpster hellfire. Sonny said, Sonny is gotta be the most disgusting human being probably on the face, maybe one, if not top 10 of the worst human beings of the face of the wrestling planet, or just in the world, in my opinion. Just trash all around. And the reason why I say that, because everything that's nothing about her, she always has to make it about herself. And this one here, I had to talk about it, and that was with the death of Hana Kimura. I hope I said that name right. As you all know, she passed away, committed suicide, killed herself, and yeah, and everybody in the wrestling community, said they had their thoughts and concerns. Personally, bullying is not cool. Cyberbullying is not cool, and just bullying, harassment, and just making fun of somebody. It's just not cool regardless of. But with Sonny, she makes it all about herself again, and said the most controversial tweet that literally just made majority of the wrestling community just go off on Sonny. And she says this, calling Hana Kimura weak for killing herself. Yeah. She did that. She said that. But I'm going to quote what she said on her Twitter. For the record, I've probably been bullied and hated on by more assholes than anyone in my business on social media. I've been called some of the most horrific names and words out there. Not once did I ever think of killing myself over it. I would never give them that much power. What do I do instead? Thrive. And make even more money and make them eat their words. Haters give me power. So you're Goku all of a sudden. Haters give you power. And you know what? As much as I hate Sunny, I really hate Sunny. And I really, really do. And she's a part of the dumpster hellfire. She probably will never get out. She's probably at the bottom of the barrel. Top tier. You can't get out. You're trapped there. But everything, it always has to be about her. And thinking that, oh, she's the most perfect human being on the planet. Sunny, newsflash, you're not. Jim Cornette made your career. And he even said it best. And I'm going to quote. So, excuse me while I say this. Sunny is a bitch. She's a cunt. She is a miserable cunt. And that's what she is. She's just miserable. Just a miserable, just drunken, I think one of my friends on Facebook said this. A waste of cum. That right there is deep. It takes it on a whole other level. And we're going to bring up Chris Candido. And Chris Candido, God rest his soul, great wrestler. But he was, him and Sunny were lovers in high school. And, they got into the business together. But Sunny is not faithful at all. And I think everybody, if you don't know the story, Sunny has had so many affairs with Chris Candido. While Chris known about it, why Chris didn't leave is anybody's guess. I don't know. I think, like I said, and fellas, I'm going to say this right now. Don't ever have, I don't care how good your girlfriend or anything else is good, but if she cheats and continues to do it, these are the best words I can say. Let them go. View everybody that you have, friends or acquaintance, as a tree, okay? There's leaves, they fall off the end of that tree. No. You gotta be careful with the branches. And also, but like I said, if you can find like 3 or 4 people that are trying to be roots of that tree, then you are blessed, because those type of people ain't going nowhere. Sunny is the definition of that tree. What part of the tree? A leaf and a branch, both. Put them together. But yeah, since we're going into skeleton hunting in the closet with Sunny, you cheated on Chris Candido with Shawn Michaels. 9 months with Shawn Michaels. I think everybody should know this. The British Bulldog. Then there's been that rumor with Bret Hart. The rumor with Sabu. Raven. Now, the one with Raven is actually true. And apparently Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I don't believe the Austin one. But yeah, Sunny is not really faithful. And also, you get inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2011. I'm like, okay, fine. What happened after that? She was Antonio Brown before Antonio Brown was even thought of. The multiple DUIs. Like, I remember in 2012, arrested 5 times in a 4-week span for disorderly conduct, 3rd-degree burglary, 3 counts of violating a protective order. She can't stay out of trouble. She cannot stay out of trouble at all. And what you said about Hannah Kimura is just icing on the cake. I mean, I've never met a woman that's so much of a attention whore. And here's the thing. You're 47 years old, and you're still acting like a child. And that's why I can't take Sunny seriously. That's why Sunny is a part of the dumpster hellfire. And will probably stick there forever. And my whole thing with her is this. Just not faithful. Just a pathetic excuse for a human being. Just everything doesn't evolve around you, Tammy. Nothing evolves around you. You haven't even been relevant. And also, let's talk about this. You also had the nerve to sell your WWE Hall of Fame ring and then got into the adult industry. You're just a pleasuring fucking child. That's what you are. And you know what? And I feel so bad and hypocritical for putting you on the spot, because this is what you love. You love attention. And unfortunately, I had to give you attention, but here's the problem with it. When you call somebody weak for cyberbullying and all that stuff, we're in a, you know what? makes you no different than anybody else. For you to call Hannah Camara weak is pretty pathetic. You're just a pathetic human being. And personally, you know what? In my opinion, you're just one more DUI away. One more DUI away for probably being, one more DUI away for getting more attention that you deserve. And I'm sorry, there's no redeeming qualities about Sunny. I don't like Sunny. I've talked about Sunny a little bit here on the show. I think I just basically just gave you a little bit heads up of why I really, truly hate her. But you know what? Dumpster hellfire. Congrats, Alberto Del Rio. You got somebody to join you there. But that's going to do it for the world around you guys. Hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about Sunny, how you feel about JD from NYC, Owen Hart situation. And oh, before I get out of here, Rey Mysterio could retirement. I'll probably be talking about Ray next week and mostly his whole career. But until next time, guys, I love you all. I hope you guys are staying safe. Remember social distancing, all of that. Please stay safe. Until next time, I'm Malcgoolie. Well, this is from another episode of GoolieZone, the world around you. And I'll see you next week for more topics. Until next time, peace.